Hi, I'm Journey Wade-Hak with Lynn Fairley Media. This last February, Lynn and I had the extraordinary privilege and pleasure of returning to the Santa Barbara International Film Festival's red carpet to interview directors, producers, actors, writers, and other creatives behind some of the year's finest new films. Included were a wide range of artists, some of them just starting and others decades into their careers. Here is part one of a compilation of highlights we have put together from some of the interviews we got this year. Enjoy.
Ruth, you're positively stunning.
Oh, thank you.
Did you wear green?
Jana Bana and lovely gem feels.
Is this from your Irish heritage? Did you the green?
I just like the color green, to be honest.
I do too, and it's a great combination with the black.
Thank you.
I read that in Duck, you appeared naked on stage 18 months, 8 months?
It was 8 months, was it? Yeah, it was like August, November, December, January. Yeah, it was about six months. I added on 2 for show. No, I think it was 6 months, yeah.
What's that like? I mean, that's really courageous.
Well, I think I don't think it is really. I think when you're a kid, you know, you're. I was 23, and it was just. It's like I didn't see what the big deal is. You know, it was a play about domestic violence, and I think it was a very important part of that for us, and I think it was very necessary, and we achieved what we needed to achieve in sort of shifting a sort of consciousness about this story and this theme that we were sort of trying to explore and excavate, and I think it was very important. So I didn't feel it was like gratuitous or unnecessary.
Well, thank you very much. They're pushing me to allow you to go to the ceremony.
Okay.
And thank you for speaking with me.
Thank you.
Stunning.
Thank you. Thank you for talking about Duck. That was
sure.
Many years ago, but I love that. I love that play. Thank you ever so much.
So this is our movie, Mabel. Triger. That sounds like the beginning of some kind of a rhyme. Yeah. Mabel, Tiger Trainer.
You're saying it perfect.
Something.
Yeah, it was Mabel set the table, but Mabel doesn't set the table. She trains the tigers now.
Outstanding. This is part 2. Tell us again your names. I know you're Leslie Zemeckis.
Yes, Leslie Zemeckis.
Yes,
And I'm Sherry Hellard.
and these two ladies actually pulled off an amazing documentary. I look forward to seeing it. I haven't yet, but I will. So tell our audience when and where it'll be showing.
Wednesday, February 8th at 7 o'clock at the Libero, and then the next morning at Metro at 8:30 for early birds.
Metro
4, yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Oh, I will be able to see that. That's great. That's good. I look forward to it. Will you guys be there to talk about the film?
Oh, we'll be there, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
How old was she when she died, and why did she die?
Well, we can't tell you that.
but she was old.
All right. Spoiler
She had a
alert.
very long career. Yeah,
Oh, fascinating.
but scarred head to toe. Literally, head to toe.
Good for her, you know?
She was tough. It was
So
amazing.
inspiring, really.
Very inspiring.
Did
loved
she ever
her
marry?
cats. A few times.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
her
yeah.
passion was her cats and her work. So
Yeah.
Very much
yeah.
so.
Guys in her life were just like, next.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, everybody that we talk to that actually works with cats, that's kind of how it is. This one guy said, I told my girlfriend, you know, it's 24/7, those cats come first, which they have to. Nobody else is caring for them, so.
Just like filmmaking, right?
Yeah. Honey, you're watching the kids tonight.
There you go.
Happens.
I'm so
So,
glad you
we hope
guys
you
came
see it.
back again. You look amazing again.
Thank
Maybe
you.
I'll see you again. Too.
I should.
Well,
I'm an elected official, so not very exciting.
I apologize. I didn't recognize you. Would you please introduce yourself?
I'm County Supervisor Janet Wolf.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Janet.
you. Thank you for being here.
Yes, of course. Thank you
you.
very much. Thank you for speaking with me. How are
Of course.
you?
Excellent. Yourself?
Very well. I love watching you come up and down the red carpet every year because every time you come on the carpet, you have a different outfit on, different glasses, your hair is different, and you just look terrific this
Well,
evening.
thank
This
you.
is one of your best outfits.
Well, wow. That's very sweet of you.
No, it really is. I always check out everything, all the way down to the shoes. The shoes are particularly, they look super comfortable.
Yeah, but this is an interview about my shoes and
Well, it's about how good you look.
Thank you.
That to start with, anyway. To start
I'm sorry?
with. Just to start with. Next, I've got two things going on tonight. Next, I want to ask you what the biggest difference is this year. I noticed you have a Nordic competition.
Nordic, I think the biggest thing this year is that a lot of the programming, including opening night and the social justice documentaries and a lot of the films are dealing with current situations and concerns that people have. There's a lot of incertitude and stress and a lot of the docs are addressing environmental issues. They're dealing women's rights. They're dealing with the refugee situation, and that I actually felt very excited that the fact that the film festival becomes a way of a place of solace and also argument and discussion amongst people.
I love that you said solace.
Well, it's community, and when you have thousands of people that have one common thread, which is film, and that unites everybody, it's a place for discussion. It's a place for introspection, but at the same time listening to different points of view, not just from the U.S., but from the world. I mean, we have 50 countries represented in
My
the
goodness,
film
that's remarkable.
Yeah.
Is that the most ever?
It's yes, it is. It is.
Congratulations. It
Well,
just
thank
gets
you.
bigger and better every year, and you look awesome.
Well, I guess it's very important to look good.
Yes, it is. Hi. Thank you very much for stopping and speaking with me. I have something really funny to show you that you might like.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that hilarious?
Yep.
That's Emma Stone. She must be, what, 7 with braces?
That's amazing.
Okay. And who else do I have? Is that you? How old are you there in this picture?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I think I'm older than her, though.
I think you are too.
Yeah.
You look good.
Thanks.
You look better now.
I disagree,
though.
but all right. I don't want to argue with you.
All right, no, that's okay. Argue with me. And I'm looking forward to seeing your next film, Song by Song.
Oh, yeah.
When will that be out?
You know, I'm not sure. That film has been in the works for a long time, so it's still cooking, and I'm not quite sure when it'll be done.
What instruments do you play in this? In that movie?
I don't know. I honestly I haven't seen a finished cut, and as you know, with Terrence Malick films, they he's a very intuitive filmmaker, and so I'm waiting to see how the film turns out.
Thank you very much for speaking.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
All right, so we're the producers of The Gateway Bug. It's a documentary about the rise of the edible insect industry as a response to failing agricultural practices in the United States. And we came up with a movie during a visit to Santa Barbara. We were visiting my college buddy Tyler Isaac, who is a grad student at UCSB, actually, so he's a local. And he was telling, go Gauchos, he was telling us about his thesis project, and the thesis project entailed raising insects to feed to fish, and we thought that was fascinating, and then he went on to tell us about human grade edible insects, and it kind of just blew up from there, and we kind of followed our nose around the country and met a lot of insect producers, and
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Where did this take you? Where did you go around the country?
We traveled all across America and North America. We went we're New York based, and we traveled to Austin, Texas, Santa Barbara, Youngstown, Ohio, Toronto in Canada. I think that's about
San
it.
Francisco,
San
Washington,
Francisco,
DC.
Washington, D.C.
Yeah, a lot of
We spent a year basically on the road going to meet all kinds of people, from cricket farmers to insect consumer product producers to data tech, agri-tech guys in Silicon Valley. It was such a fascinating journey, and we just really let our noses lead us. Each person sort of introduced us to the next person, and we just learned more and more about the industry and watched it really flourish from a sort of hobbyist, really tiny group of people into a huge multi-million-dollar industry that it is today.
Did you eat any of these insects, or are they strictly for fish?
they're not strictly for fish. In fact, they work really well for chickens and a whole bunch of other things. There are plenty of consumer products on the market. I have an allergy to shellfish, so I unfortunately can't eat them, but he ate a whole bunch.
Yeah, I've eaten a lot, and they're pretty tasty. A lot of them come in different flavors and different forms, powders, cricket bars, energy bars, whole insects. So you can throw them on like eggs as extra protein. You can throw them in shakes. I don't eat them every day, but I'm a fan.
Well, that's fascinating. And this started with your thesis in school, your graduate thesis. So are you an entomologist?
I'm a Master of Environmental Science and Management from the Bren School up at UCSB. And the movie itself, I guess, the idea for the movie started with my company, but the idea about eating insects or feeding them to animals hardly started with me. What we were doing was assessing the environmental and economic considerations of raising insects using food waste streams, like spent brewer's grain from a brewery or juice pulp from a juicer, and turning that into a usable protein product like an insect. And so if you imagine you go fly fishing or you put a chicken in a field, he's going to start picking out all the grubs. They're natural food items for plenty of animals. And it just so happens that they're also delicious, safe, nutritious, and there's plenty of people in the United States as well as the entire globe that are consuming insects, very efficient in terms of environmental costs. They're really efficient when they eat.
Well, they say that at the end of the world, even nuclear war, insects shall survive.
Depends on the insect.
But it's
yeah.
a way to bet on the winner.
But yeah.
The edible ones?
I mean, pretty much everything's edible when you think about it, but something like a cockroach, for example, that's like the bug that people think of when they think of nuclear fallout or apocalypse, and you can totally eat those, and they're packed with nutrition, really high in both energy.
Have you eaten them?
Cockroaches, no, but plenty of crickets, mealworms, grasshoppers, all sorts of stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what's your name, please?
My name is Tyler Isaac.
And your name?
My name is Joanna B. Kelly.
And yours?
Cameron Marshad.
Kevin Bachhuber.
Siri Moskowitz.
Did you have to eat insects? What did you do in the film? You did? Come in.
I mean, I raised the insects.
You did?
Yeah. Yep.
Did you give them all names?
Oh, no. I would raise 6 million at a time, typically.
Wow.
Yeah. In Youngstown, Ohio, in the heart of the Rust Belt. We had 5,000 square feet that we raised in.
That's remarkable.
Yeah. We were the first to get FDA and certifications to sell bugs for human food purposes. So that's how we ended up in the film.
How did you meet these folks?
I think they emailed into us.
That's
You
so
know.
cool. That's such a great story.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I'll look forward to hearing more about this and your project.
Excellent. Thank you.
Diana Stone,
Hi.
remember this?
That picture of me?
How old are you?
Probably 11,
Are
12.
you still feisty and bossy?
I would say so. Yeah.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
Oh,
I
that's
know.
so sweet. Look at this.
Here, you want to keep this for her?
Do you see that picture?
Keep this for her. Okay. All right. Very good.
We'll find it.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
When are you going to go back to Broadway?
I hope at some point soon. I would love it. I would love it. Yeah.
Absolutely amazing endeavor.
So
It's
sweet.
mind-boggling.
Thank you so much. That means a
Really
lot.
appreciate it.
Thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, how do you do?
I'm doing great.
Please tell me your full name.
Eduardo Garcia.
I love that you brought your mother.
Of course, that's the life source. That's Mama.
How did she feel when she found out you were shocked?
She went to work. When I say she went to work, because I'm a premature boy. I'm 7 months premature, or 7 weeks premature. And so she knew, okay, what does he need? And I need to be there for him. She was pretty calm about it, actually.
Oh, how lovely. How wonderful. There's a write-up, there's a synopsis of your film. It says that this all made you a better person. In what way are you better? I know there's probably a whole bunch of ways, but overall, how are you better?
It gave me a chance to pause, stop, look back at what I'd done right, what I'd done wrong, and gave me a value, gave me a price tag to my heartbeat.
Oh, I love that. A price tag to my heartbeat.
That's right. It's the most valuable thing we have. If we wake up every day and we feel unbelievably charged, imagine what we can do.
I don't know how to top that. That's the most awesome answer of the whole night, maybe the whole week. Thank you very much for speaking with me.
You're welcome.
I know this lady's in a hurry and very much would like to talk to you.
Okay,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome. Hey, Tracy.